And we are live. We are live. And we're back. We're back in HTML. Why not? Why not? This is the last day I'm working on this. And it's going to be just a little bit of fiddling around the sides, to be honest. We've got the lo-fi hip-hop. Got my VS Code open. Let's get going. So I've basically done everything. I've done the sign-off page, so let's mark that off. I decided to not do the loop list because I thought that was too difficult. Maybe I might come back to that at some point. Who knows? But I've got a couple of quality of life things. So one thing I need is that when the slide refreshes, I need it to return to the same slide. So let's kick off by running main, and I'll select my test presentation here. Documents, HTML, test presentation, hit OK. That should open up my browser, which I can bring over here. Oh my goodness, I've got too many windows open. Let's close that window. There we go. Come here. Okay, so here's my presentation. Now, if I sort of scroll like that, let me have a bit more of a jiggery pokery of my windows. So we'll go over here. There we go, and there we. There we go. Okay, so if I come into that file, test presentation, and I hit save, it reloads. But what it does is that it will it's not refreshing. Refresh, please. Okay. Is that gonna? Okay, that's starting to refresh. So I'll scroll down a bit. Let's scroll out to here, and let's hit save, and then it goes back to the top. Right. So what I need it to do is to stay on the slide I'm on. I don't really know how to do that. So I'm just gonna ask the robots. Just ask the robots. When I have scrolled to a slide, I need a way of maintaining that location of the slide. So when the page refreshes, then I stay on the same slide. Okay, let's give that a go. Oh, I've reached my limit. I've reached my limit. Can I go to? Get some Geminis. To include that will maintain scroll position the current slide when the page refreshes. The slide will now automatically be assigned to a unique ID. The URL hash will update as you navigate through. Keep. Okay, let's give that a go. If I hit save, it should. It says main HTML is updating. Oh yeah, there we go. Slide 2, slide 3, slide 4. So let's hit save. Refresh. Look at that, it's that quick. That quick. Oh, whoops. That was it. That was it. That was it. It literally just did it. Sometimes AIs are annoying, and sometimes they just absolutely nail it. So it's a bit of JavaScript that essentially, puts in the hash here so that it can jump to the page. Fantastic. Do you know what that means? Let's have ourselves a little commit. Maintain a state of slide on refresh. Let's commit that. Yep, save all commit please. Then cool. Now let's go back to the tasks. Where are we? Task.md. Okay, cool. Fix title image and just image to fill the slide. Also adjust border radius. Super easy one. Super easy one. So if I go down to here, I'll make that a little bit bigger. Like it's just not filling out. So let's just go to title image, which is this one here. And object fit contain max height 70 VH. That's not 70. Max width 100. I guess I should probably just put a height in there, really. Height. Auto? Let's go back to... Oh, I need to close some of these. No, that didn't do it. Yeah. Let's come to inspect and have a little look-see. Come over here. Where are we? Here we are. Okay. And paragraph and image. It could again be down to this fact that the image is quite small in comparison. Width 768 pixels. Max height, max width, height 432 pixels. Height auto. I think it is just. Let's do 70 VH and take that out and hit and do that and save that. Let's get rid of that and that and that, and that's fine. Get rid of big text and what else? I think that's fine. Just wait for the refresh. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's the size. That size is a lot better. Yeah, and it's not doing anything weird. Okay, cool. Yeah, and I think that's it. I think that's it. I just put the max height in, and I should have just done that a bit better. So I'm going to come over here, and what am I going to look for? I forget. Oh, I need border radius. Border radius and 4VH maybe? Oh, I need to save it. And what I'm going to do is okay, that looks fine. Not really about that. Oh, maybe I need to fiddle with the width a little bit. Let's go over to we can do a max width. I think that one will be fine. Title image. %. Let's see what 8% gives us. Title presentation, save. Oh, okay, wait a minute, what did I break? Why is border radius now not working? Oh, I've definitely broken something there. Okay, let's get that back down to 4. Maybe I should just put that one in fixed actually, because it's always going to be sort of similar. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Grab that. Let's see where we're going with that one. Oh wait, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute, what's going on here? Border radius. Is that not big enough? Let's what if I do 80 pixels on the border radius. Come back to test presentation. Also, same again. I think. Do you know what? I think I need to do this as 100. I think what is happening. Is the the 80% like just cuts it off basically rather than shrinking it, which is not what I want. So what if I take max width out completely? Oh, I do need a max width in there, okay. I might have to do max width as 90 VW. So I'm going to come over to here and do a max width of 90 VW. See what that gives me. That's going to give me the same problem. So let's kind of come back here and then, yeah, we'll just put it in. No, I've put it in fixed. Huh. Why did I have this right on the other one and then not right here? Let's do that. Come back to test presentation, save that. Okay, that one's not worked at all. Only when it's big. Only when it's big. So let's bump this up to 8. See what that gives us. Not enough. Not enough. But then the border's radius gets bigger. So that's fine, but this is where the border radius. It's something to do with the width and the height. I can't work out. Right here gets a little bit funky. Oh, excuse me. I wonder if I did one plus the other, like plus that, what that would give me. Oh, that completely broke it. I mean, that's going to be too big. It's going to be too big. So let's kind of change that to like 2 and 2. And come over here, save that. That didn't like it, whatever it was. Okay, let's go again. Border radius 1 EM. Let's just give it what it. Yeah, because again, it gives us a little bit. But then as it gets smaller, that's the issue. So, I don't know, hang on. Let's come here. How can I maintain border radius on changing browser size when the image is relative to the viewport. So I think that's what the issue is, which is why it's not really coming through. Hi everybody who's watching. I think that's what the issue is. I forgot I had my let's stop that and ask it again. We'll go with DeepSeek this time. So yeah, I think that's the issue, is the relative of the border radius. I think that's where it's getting a little bit skewy. And now my computer's going to turn to a piece of toast as my local LLM. We'll let the local model go, and let's go jump over. Oh yeah, it's oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. I think the stream is also struggling. Sorry. Apologies. Oh my days. Okay, I think we're back now. I used my local model. I think what I did was select a model that was massive. And it basically turned my computer into, basically tried to turn it into a piece of toast. That didn't happen. And my two viewers have gone, probably because the stream messed up. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. Okay, let's go with Gemini. Uh-oh. Okay, am I back? I think I'm back now. Okay, don't use the big model. Don't use the big model when I'm streaming. That's the... Right, I'm on activity monitor. I'm checking things out. OBS, that's all good. Alarma, quit, get rid of it. I'm quitting stuff. Right, get rid of that. I think we might be good now. I think we might be okay. All right. Let's grab this and just say, how can I maintain the border radius on changing window viewport size, actually viewport size. Okay, let's go with that. Let's give it that. Let's give it that. See what it has. And hopefully my computer is okay at the minute. Yeah, okay. So things seem alright. Things seem back to normal now. I've got one local model that is like 13 billion parameters, and that just makes it through. But because I'm streaming and stuff, no. Oh yeah, I could use the clamp actually. Okay, 2VW is what it gives me. So let's go 2VW. 2VW. Didn't save that. Let's save it. It's a great idea. Let's save that and hit this one and then save this one, and then we'll get the refresh. Right, okay, so this is where the report gets smaller and then this gets smaller. And that's like right, that's okay. But then as it gets smaller, so like that is fine. That's all fine. But as this gets smaller and smaller and smaller, it's not like before it was cutting it off. It's just that it's getting small. And then it gets to here. So yeah, let's use the clamp. Gonna use the clamps. And then we can fiddle with that. Let's come over here and stick that in. Hit save. Come here, hit save. Get the refresh. Okay, cool. Whoops. Okay, so let's come back over here. Let's put 16 in here. I mean, I don't think I want to get this small, but let's get something massive just to make sure. Okay, right. Let's go 32. Clamp. I think it's going to do it. $64. That starts to do it. That can't be right. Like, it's going to start curving around. It's got nothing to do with this one. 8 pixels. 2 VW. Max of 24 pixels. Right, save that. That's fine. That's fine. When it gets really small, that's when it gets really funky. I don't think I would ever get to it being that small, to be honest. So I'm going to allow it for now, and then maybe I need to figure it out later. But let's keep that one. And then the other one, and I'm going to grab this. I'm going to grab the whole thing. I'm probably going to need it. Let's hit copy. And I want image, just image. Here we go. Did I must have just image in here, right? Just image. Oh, it's one of the last ones. There we go. Okay, so this doesn't quite feel. Yeah, it kind of comes there, and then it gets smaller. So I'm gonna get just image and height 90 VH, like so. Okay. Awesome. Right, that looks good, and that seems to be scaling properly. But then, yeah, we need to come in again. So that's quite clearly part of the problem, is when you set the height relative to the viewport, that's doing something weird. So let's go clamp again. Hit save, hit save. Right, and normally I'm about this size, so that's not good. Let's come to just image. Let's go to 4 here, 16 here. Test presentation. That's not worked either. It's almost like, hang on, just image, full vertical height. Let's do that instead. Because that way, if I get to, no, that's not worked. That's not what it is. Let's go to 64 pixels. See if that does it. No. I mean, I have got the border radius on there now. No, if I go bigger, it goes. Let's go to inspect and go to just image to here, and border radius. Okay, so if that gets smaller, that's now locked at 16. This gets bigger, and it just gets bigger. So I need to clamp it a lot smaller, like here, 26, 28 pixels. So if I lock that at 28 and save there, this should then, it doesn't maintain. Let's grab this. Oh, it's still 28 pixels. I think it's because the true image is actually... No, the box is right. Yeah, this is confusing. So, cause that's the smallest it's going to be, 16 is there. Now, as I get bigger, it's getting bigger with it, getting bigger with it, getting bigger with it. And then as it's here, the image is getting bigger. But this isn't. But that isn't. But it has to keep getting bigger. So let's go 128. No, still not right. Just keeps getting bigger. It's because the image stays the same size at this point here. So why is it? Man, I need to... It's a bit late in the night to be thinking about this stuff. So why is it? The image is fixed here, 28 pixels, and that's fine. But as I make the thing bigger, even if I clamp that at 28 pixels, like so, even though the image, vertical height, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Select that. Height of the image is actually going up. When I do that. So the height, this is why it's happening, because the height is set by the viewport. What if I do that as 80% instead? No, because as it gets bigger, it's not going to maintain. Height is 90 VH. I'm going to take that one out. And yeah, okay, fine. Right, I'm starting to figure out what's going wrong here. Even though I haven't fixed it, I'm starting to figure out what's going wrong. So if I select this and then grab this, the height of the image still is going up, even though, yeah, look, it's this that's going up. But it's maintaining the aspect ratio within it, which is why the border radius is actually down here off the thing, which is why I can't see the border radius. So I need to set the width and put the height as auto. I think that's what I need to do. Where the width, let's get rid of that. and do the width as 90 VW, the height as auto. Was that going to give me the same problem but the other direction? Let's save that. Alright, I can always see it's... Oh no, it hasn't refreshed yet. Okay. Okay, cool. Cool. If I do this, it should get smaller. Okay, there's going to be some weird... That's fine. I'm not going to be on that ratio. Okay. Yep, okay. Oh, when I get big though, it gets absolutely ridiculous. So I probably want to put a max height in there. And hopefully that's not going to break it. And put max height 90 VH. Save that. Refresh. And yep, that broke it. That indeed broke it. And then when I get smaller, it's fine. Okay, let's come here and go inspect. This. I'll have to move this over here for a second. Okay, all right, the width is now too wide. So in this one, it's the paragraph. It's within a paragraph. I mean, it always puts it within a paragraph, and I don't know why. Now if I come in, yeah. Which isn't ideal, because if I was to not F11. What's full screen? Doesn't help me. Oh, I could actually add a full screen. That would be really useful. Yeah, okay. I mean, I think this one's meant to... Yeah, same with this one. I think that's a problem I've got to fix later. I can't get into hero mode. Right, why is this one now not working? Go to inspect. Is it the same thing with the thing is to... Yeah, it's gotten too big. Okay. Let me go to presentation. Give me a good idea of the sizing. I mean, to be honest, it can be anything. And actually, if I did that, and then brought this out here, could I, does that get close? No. Right, let me line up. So I want to get this one right first. I mean, that's gone all funky, let's be honest. I mean, do I want to do, not that. Let's bring this over here. Do I want to do a bit of full screen and get the, no, because it has to be, in this one, it does have to be 4:3. But I don't know. I don't know how to calculate that. I mean, the height. Let's do a bit of maths. Let's do a bit of maths. I need aspect ratio calculator. All right, the height is 968. 968. Oh, whoops. 968. 1291. 1291. 1291. Okay, there we go. Okay, perfect. Right, now the cropping on this is going to be all wrong, so let's fix that. Make this smaller for starters. Come here. Nope, I want filters, edit filters, and crop. Okay, let's do crop 0 on the left. Let's do top 0. Let's go 100, 110. Okay, 110 looks kind of good. 108, 109. Okay, cool. The right. Let's bring this over here, like so. The right 500. Nope. 600. A little bit more. 630. 640. 645. Okay, cool. And the bottom is just fine. So I should be able to get that lined up. Like so. And undo that. So I'm going to have to change the side card a little bit. But then that allows me to... So that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. This one. Not fine. So let's fix this one. Now I need to... move that over there. And come back to screen. Come back to over here. And bring this over here. Okay. So the same again. Let's quickly just inspect. So yeah, the height is bigger. So we can put the height at auto again. So let's go over to title image. So we'll do auto width 90 VH, save. Come back here, save. There we go. Okay, perfect window. I think that's it. That's where I'm at. So let's put this back over here and then jump into presentation again, like so. Oh, move my dock. And then I should be able to go through like so. Awesome. Awesome. Now, if I just make this bigger so I can look at it. Yeah, I mean the dots are a bit tough. And another little feature as well, I could add the sidebar into the page itself, so I just have the page at 16 by 9, and then that's it. But yeah, the grey is slightly off. The dots change density. But I can change that up a little bit, so I could do like a sidebar that is a different color or something. I don't know. I could play around with that, but that's kind of working. So what I want to do is really show this in action and then have a go creating this and jump in. Nope. And just jump in and start doing it. So I'm going to come in here and stop this like so. I'm going to come in to my Obsidian and nope. Can I have the other one, please? Thank you. So I've got my Obsidian here. So I'm just going to find a post for Why do I have two of these? It's what to do list. That was a bit boring. No. Something completely different. This is quite a good one. Actually, this is actually what I want to work on. Actually, what I want to work on is do I have it as a folder? Get rid of that. Get rid of that. No, I don't. Project Stum. Got this here. I want to create a folder for this. Put this in here. Project Stum. And I'm going to come into here and do new note. And I'm going to label this vlog 01. Okay, so let's get rid of this. Now, I'm going to come to my main and start running this. Where's the run button? Away, low run button. Why is the run button not showing up? Oh, I need to commit my changes. Updated images. I don't know why my run button's disappeared. Anyway, grab this. So I'm going to come to Documents, Vault, Project Stum, Vlog 1. That's going to open up my presentation, like so. I can put that there, and I'm going to just do this and find out where my... Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is it. What? Oh, close that. Okay, here we go. Let's put the dock over here. Let's get rid of this. And actually, let's do a little bit of that and a little bit of this here. Where's my head? There it is. Okay, cool. Let's bring this over here and oh, fine. Okay, so the way I'm going to work, and I'm just going to start planning this out, is just by saying like So just like intro. And it's going to sound like I'm building an app for people who are building apps, like so. Something like that, you know. And actually, I can come to slide cover and do exactly that, where I can say building an app for people building apps, like so. And my thing has not refreshed. There we go. And this will be like that, so that'll be fine. Actually, I'm going to do it like this. So the aspect ratio is sort of similar. So that's my cover, and I can just do this. Because apparently, whoops, this is a sensible thing to do. Sensible thing to do. Okay, cool. So where do I want to go with this? Like, I guess, you know, and this is the flow that I get into. Is like, what do I want to talk about, right? So the story starts. All right. So I'm out talking to. Oh, I can say last year. Last year, I must have spoken to 1,000 devs, many of which who are looking to build an app and monetize it themselves. But they would and okay, so this could then come into singular. No, actually, do I want to do it? I could just do an image, just image, like so. And I come here and just find talking to people, image. Copy image address. Well, that didn't work, did it? There we go. So, but they would ask three, but they would be stuck in the same place, in the same places, and therefore I got the same 3 questions. And that's where I can come into here and go title, title list, and it would be 3 pain points. No, it's not really a pain point. 3 burning questions. Okay. And that would have to be H2 tag. How do I find an app idea? I have an idea, but how do I know if people will use it? I've built an app, but how do I get users? Like so. Okay. And there we go. And each time I had the same answer. And we'll go big text for this one. Whoops, we'll go big text for this one. Big text. Go and talk to more people. I'm loving this already. I'm actually loving this already. Okay. Which got a familiar reaction. No. But, however, as a good product manager, I paid attention to a reaction that was so common I could predict it. And what I want to do is Robert Downey Jr. tired GIF, something like that. I want this one. This is the one I want. Why? Oh, I just want. Okay, you maybe. Copy image address. Let's try this one. Whoops, slide just image, and then I can do my markdown. Perfect. A big sigh and huge trepidation. Okay, cool. Sound. So where I wanted to go from here is to say So the problem here is as follows. And I can just go to slide. What did I call the paragraph one? The other thing I have, which is very useful, is did I put it in my... I don't think I put it in here. Did create. If I come here and slide commands guide and just bring that in here like that, then I can come to slide command guide and I can just have a look at what I've got, because I just need a paragraph, I think. Text slide, image slide, singular paragraph. Okay, singular paragraph. Let's close that. As a developer looking to become a founder, I need to gain user insights to make product decisions, but I lack the necessary, fuck, excuse my language. I lack the necessary, I guess user insights would be here. I need to gain I need to be confident in my product decisions, but I lack the necessary user insights because the idea of, because either the idea of talking to people fills me with dread, or I don't know the right questions to ask. I don't know the right questions to ask. Let's quickly go down here. This is getting too big. Therefore, I kind of thought this would be the case, you know. Let's go over here. Let's go to singular paragraph. In fact, let's first of all, let's delete out the second one. Yeah, this is the second one. Delete that out because I've moved it. And let's come to singular paragraph. Font size. Let's do that half the size. Therefore, I find myself with a large amount of trepidation and decision paralysis because I do not have the required information I think that's it. As a developer looking to become a founder, I need to be confident in my product decisions, but I lack the necessary user insights because either the idea of talking to people fills me with dread, or I don't know the right questions to ask. Therefore, I find myself with large amounts of trepidation and decision paralysis because I do not have the required information. I end up working with assumption, which equals risk, rather than strategy. Or I end up leaning on tactics, from a reliance on assumptions rather than strategy. Okay, something along those lines. I might change the wording up a little bit, but that's the paragraph that I'm going with. Okay. So I decided, therefore, I decided to build an app that will solve this problem. But the first step is not to come up with an idea, rather to test the market before I make a move. And I can do this. I can actually do the group of two. So slide group of two. There we go. And that's going to be X. So let's do that. Ideation. Spending time, you know. Oh, do you know what? That's not going to work. That's fine though, because I can put the emoji just here. Not going to spend time now on what to build. And then I'm going to go to check. Finding out how aware people are of the problem. Learn. I don't know, find out awareness, urgency, and impact of the problem. That's what I want to say. Yeah, okay. So Hence, I am putting a series of value delivery into the world. Okay. Slide, title, list, market testing. There we go. Right, so first thing I've got is a paid online course on how to find your future customers and talk to them. I could probably just bold that. That should work. Yep. I should probably do a bit of okay, and then I'm going to do an online workshop on user insights without user interviews. Okay, I'll bold that. And then I want to do a third thing, and I kind of haven't really thought about it, so I'm just going to leave that blank for the moment and then go to the next one. What happened here? What did I change? What did I change? Shazam, there we go. What I'm looking for are signals. That are two things. Can I reach people and get this value proposition in front of them? And do they have a propensity to purchase from me? Whoops. Do I have the present? Okay, so what do I want to do another two like this? Oh, I could just do big text, slide, big text, and just say, let's go with check mark again, reach for value proposition. And propensity to purchase. I don't like the emojis. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, that's good. What I'm looking for are signals. That there are two things. I can reach people and get this value proposition in front of them, and do they have a propensity to purchase from me? Only then do I start to see numbers that are relevant. Only then. Only when I see numbers that are relevant do I start to ideate. Things I need to learn. So I can go slide and do to do. Like so. To do. Okay. Right. Go out and talk to a lot of people and tell them about the workshop. Okay. That could be a subtask actually, like that. Tell them about the workshop. What else? Promote paid course in conversations where the main, that's fine, just do that. Paid conversations. Post daily on TikTok. Right, and then actually I'll come here. Oops. Key events. Answer. Is this skill acquisition required or not? Or not? Is this skill acquisition desired? I think that's a better one. So that's kind of where I want to get to, and I think that's it. And I'm going to kind of say, oh yeah, this project's called Project System, by the way. Let me just rename. So I'm just going to go here, slide, big text, and just Project System. No, if I do that. There we go. So I do need to whack out some of the HTML1 tags, but I've just sat here and that's it. That's my This is the video. This is my YouTube video right here. So I'm just going to go to presentation. Put this. Oh, I need to do this. Like so. Hide Scott Snyder's face. There we go, that's better. Bring this down to the bottom. There we go. So this is the presentation. Now, I don't know if I've got any. I've got one person viewing. Hey, Praise, how's it going? Is there a product that could easily exist to tackle market research as speaking to a lot of customers? What could that look like? Do you know what's interesting? One of my clients actually came back to me recently and said, Can we talk about user research in our next session on Friday? I was like, yeah, sure. Okay. Yes is the answer. And I have an event on. Bear with me. So, what you want to do is go to. What you want to do is go to. Whoops. Luma. I don't know if it's this. See if it is. No. Let me get to my profile. View profile. Okay. Luma user chuffed on. And there is a workshop on the 26th of March, which is called Gathering User Insights Without Talking to People. And this is all about doing your initial user research, which will start to get you to a point where you can understand the market research. Oh, I'm glad you're liking me going live. It's actually quite hard doing it live. You get into a rhythm of doing it, and then occasionally, like, I'll sit here talking for like 45 minutes, and I glance over and no one's here. I'm just like, what am I doing? So I'm glad you're enjoying it. But yeah, this event, it's online, and it's going to be a workshop, which is. Let me zoom in. Which is going to help you start off with. Yeah, of course I can. Let me share event. Copy. And stick that in the chat. So this is going to be me going through how you can start doing user research. And this is going to help you. This is like the first step into market research, right? So if I hang on, what a market? God, I'm getting tired. Right, so if I let me just get my Excel drawer up. There we go. Let me quickly save this just in case. And let's reset the canvas. So when we talk about market research, what we're talking about is we have a group of people who could or could not be, they can, or they are not potentials for being our customers, right? We don't know that yet. And it might be that there's lots of people here. There might be just a few people here. We don't know. So what is the size? So what is the size of the market is the first thing, right? How big is it? And what proportion of that market, proportion of that market is our potential customers. Okay, so and size. Now, what you don't want to worry about right now is maxing all of these things out. What you want to worry about is what is your ability right now, right? That's what you want to worry about. So not max, it's about ability, right? So the thing is, you could have 1 million people. The size of your market could be 1 million people. The proportion of them there who are propensity to buy could be 50%. Can you realistically get in front of 500,000 people and tell them a story? If the answer is no, then don't do it. And I've just realised my head's in the way. There we go. Okay. And that's what matters. Okay. So who are these people? Right. This is what user research is. This is what user research can do for you. Okay. Is you want to learn what are these people's motivations, what are their goals, what are their pain points, what are their activities, what are they currently doing. And you want to learn about these people, because as you start to learn, you're going to start to figure out the size and the proportion. Now, you might not get full answers straight away, but it will start to give you clues to say, do you know what, if I go to a particular space, which might be, a meetup or some online community, I can guarantee that 60% of those people are my target, are exactly the type of people who are in my market, right? i.e., this is your ideal customer profile. And that's what you get from it, right? You go in there and you have a little look and you go, oh, these people are my ideal customer profile. And therefore, what proportion can I convert into customers? And that's when you start to do the deep market research. But the best place to start is, who are you building for, right? If you watch my TikToks, how many times do I keep saying it? Right? Who are you building for? What problem are you solving? Because you're going to have to figure out, dependent on the problem, dependent on the product, dependent on the person, dependent on you, what's going to give you the best chance when you go to market? How are you going to stack the odds in your favor? And that only comes about when you understand your person, who you're building for, as well as possible. Then the other stuff fits around it. So how to do user research, come along and do that thing. And what I'm actually doing here and doing this presentation is literally what I'm talking about. You go out and you talk to people. that's what you do. So yeah, that's the event, gathering user insights without talking to people. I hope to see you there, praise. Okay. So it's getting late. It's coming up to 1 o'clock. And what I want to do is go into presentation mode and move this over here as well. And here we go. Right. So this is going to be the YouTube video basically that I'm going to make. It's going to be on the lines of like, hey, I'm Dom, and I'm building an app for people who are building apps, and that apparently makes sense. I go out, and last year I probably talked to 1,000 software developers, and that's not an exaggeration. Literally about 1,000 people I went out there and had a conversation with, and it was sort of interesting because everyone kind of got stuck in the same three places. How do I find an app idea? I have an idea, but how do I know if people want to use it? And I've built an app, but how do I get users? However, what was interesting is that each time I got the same, I gave the same answer. Go and talk to more people. But, however, I got the same reaction. However, as a good product manager, I paid attention to the reaction. That was so common I could predict it. It was, ugh. Do I have to? Do I really? I know people keep telling me and I don't want to hear it, but it's the reality. So the problem I defined as this. That is a lot of text to have at screen. As a developer looking to become a founder, I needed to be confident in my product decisions, but I lack the necessary user insight because either the idea of talking to people fills me with dread or I don't know the right questions to ask. Therefore, I find myself with a large amount of trepidation and decision paralysis because I do not have the required information. I end up leaning on tactics, tricks, optimizations because I have a reliance on assumptions rather than informed strategy. So I need to work on that wording a little bit. Therefore, I decided to build an app that will solve this problem. But the first step, it's not going to be kind of coming up with an idea. I'm not going to go away and think, right, what can I build and what can I release to market and all this kind of stuff. The first thing is to test the market. What I want to find out is how aware are people of the problem that I'm describing? Does the problem exist, in other words? How urgent is this problem and how much impact this problem has? So I'm going to do a series of tasks in order to test the market. First of all, I'm going to do a paid online course, which is how to find your future customers and talk to them. And then secondly, I'm going to do a workshop, which is user insights without user interviews. There's going to be a few more things here that I still need to do, still in the pipeline. What I'm trying to get to is finding out two important things about this is, again, praise. This is about market research, right? What I'm trying to figure out here is, have I got the reach to people? Can I reach people to give them a value proposition? I need to change the wording of that. I'll come back to it. Can I reach the people to put a value proposition in front of them? And do they have a propensity to purchase? If these two things aren't true, then the project comes to an end. So these are the three things I need to do. Go out and talk to a lot of people. There are three key events that I need to be at, and I know that the exact ideal customer profile and the persona are there. And then I'm going to tell them about the workshop. I'm going to start promoting my paid course in conversations and see if people are interested into it. Post daily on TikTok about this one specific problem, about talking to people. And essentially, I need to answer this question. Is the skill acquisition of going out, finding people, talking to them, getting user insights and going to market and putting the product in their hands, is that a skill that's desired? Because it might be a case that people just don't want to do it. But for now, the project is called Project Stum. I don't have a name for it yet. And I'm shit with names. Got to find somebody else to figure that one out for me. Anyway. That's basically going to be the YouTube video. I'm going to do a little bit more on that one, but that's essentially the YouTube video that I'm going to be doing. But when it comes to this thing, this app that I've built, where I can write Markdown and then just get slides, so good. So good. So good. So good. I think one thing that I'm concerned about is this wall of text here. I don't know if I separate this out, it might make it a little bit better. So if I did that. There we go. Okay, that looks good. That looks okay. That looks okay. I think that on screen is fine. But yeah, that's it. That's my... That's sort of the app done. I think I want to make a video about the app. It's late. I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to go. I'm going to go and go to bed. Thank you for joining me, Praise. I do really appreciate it. I've been streaming every night. Like every night, I sit down at like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and I just hit the button. And I'm just like, right, just going to start streaming. And I'm going to get going. Thank you, Praise. You have a good evening too. And yeah, I'll be back here. What is it, Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. So I'll probably be back here tomorrow evening as well. I don't know. There's an event on actually tomorrow night, so I might be a bit later. But I think it'd be quite nice just to come on and just build a thing and just talk. And that's kind of what I want to do. Is just sit here, just build a thing, just chat, and talk about market research, talk about user research, talk about product, talk about go to market, all those kind of things. So, right. Have a good one. Thank you. Thank you for coming by. Appreciate you. And yeah, I'll see you later on. Bye.